Because of driver fatigue driving, this truck crashed into the middle of the road barrier. The front bridge came off. Good thing is that next to the Barkmaster's small repair store, so the master immediately came out. After some examination, master said it was a minor problem. 20,000 rupees. Will be able to repair the car to drive away. Now the master first used the hydraulic jack. Slowly jack up the front of the car. To ensure safety, the master used a wooden block to hold the jack under the beam. Prevent the dry jack from falling off. Because the height of the hydraulic dry jack is not enough, so the master used a screw jack to lift the vehicle. This requires two masters operating at the same time. Tacit cooperation. Screw jack fixed in a certain position. After, drag a safety bench to the bottom of the car. After ensuring safety, you can go to the bottom of the car to remove the front axle parts. Master first disassemble the U-bolt. Take out the steel plate spring. Obviously, the coil lug of the steel plate spring has been disconnected. After dragging the steel plate to the outside, check if there is any broken steel plate. After there is no problem, take off the lugs. Take out the broken lug, then knock it off and put it back on. Take the removed steel plate and the lug back to the store for welding. The steel plate has been deformed by the violent impact. Before welding, the master knocked it with a hammer. Straighten the steel plate back to its original position. Then cut the lugs by electric welding. Weld them together. After welding them together, master took a short piece of steel plate, folded it into a 90-degree angle, welded on the joint. Soon the steel plate was welded. The welding seam is very even to make the welded joint look better. Then the master used an angle grinder to smooth it out. The other side of the broken steel plate is the same. After the plate was welded, take it to the side of the car to assemble it and put it back on the car. After installation, the master pulled out the front axle from under the car, installed on the steel plate. When the master installed it, we can see that the steering arm is also disconnected. Now the master disassembled the disconnected steering arm. Take it back to the store and weld it. After welding, in order to be more solid, master also used the steel welding steel piece method. Add a piece of iron on top. After welding, use the grinder to polish once. After grinding, it is almost invisible as welded. See if it can be mounted on the truck. Installation does not feel very difficult. It would be perfect if there is no deviation in the front beam. After installing the steering arm, putting the brake pads back on too. But because the brake fluid line is disconnected, this is irreversible damage. No matter how good the technicians are, they can't fix it. Can only be replaced with a new brake line. But such a large oil brake can really break the car? After the brake line is installed, put the tires and bearings back on the truck. The truck was repaired. The truck cost only 20,000 rupees. It can run for another 3 to 5 years. Let's give a shout out to Bart. Let's praise the master's workmanship.